Yeah, good evening. Very good evening. So let's start. Good evening, good afternoon. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so let's go ahead with yeah, good evening, good afternoon. Fine. Okay. So as we are proceeding with pandas, so let's go ahead with in-depth of pandas now. We had already done that. What are the basic data analysis in Python here? Okay, so I had took one of the dictionary and I shown what are the methods for just a small data analysis for the Python here. So here I just use head, tail, sample as for the data analysis. Now let's go ahead to learn that what are the basic input output tool in pandas here. Okay, let's see how we can take basic input outputs from the pandas. So basically what happens, there are many types of files here. Suppose here I say pandas is having, just wait. Okay. Suppose here, let's say, we are going to do the pandas input output tools. How to read and write the files basically. So suppose here I'm having a CSV file. You are aware with the CSV file, comma separated value file. So suppose here, this one is a CSV file, comma separated value files. All the data are separated with the help of commas. Are you aware with the CSV file, comma separated value files? Maybe this has been taught in your SQL during the SQL as well. Just to tell me, are you aware with the CSV file, yes or no, directly? Can you tell me where you had learned about CSV file, in which module you had learned about CSV file? Can you tell me? In which module, those who are saying yes, in which module you had learned about CSV files, comma separated value files? Okay. In Excel and MySQL. In Excel and MySQL, you had learned about the CSV file. No? So those students, how you are saying no, that you do not know about comma separated value files here. You had already learned about the Excel, you had learned about the MySQL. So there the CSV file has been taught. Okay. So there are CSV file, comma separated value files, who is having entire data based on like comma separations only. The entire data are based on the comma separations only. Okay. Okay. So here, there are certain methods inside the input output, just like I will say, read CSV method. Read CSV method we are requiring whenever I want to read a pandas CSV file. If I want to read a CSV files, if I want to read a CSV file, so I would be using a pandas read CSV method to read any CSV file. Suppose this one is my employee.csv file. So what I will write it here inside pandas.read CSV method I will be using, where I'm going to use emp.csv file here. Okay. Whenever I want to, suppose I am reading all the details present inside the employee.csv file with the help of pandas.readcsv method. If I want to store any data frame in the form of CSV file, so which method I will be using? I would be using to CSV method here. It means the point is there are certain pandas input output tool where pandas read CSV method is required to read any CSV file. So pandas.read CSV method I would be using to read any CSV file. If I want to store any data frame in the form of CSV, so I will be using to CSV method where I would be writing here any file name, and the file, the data frame would be saved with the particular file name. So read CSV and to CSV methods are used for the reading and the writing to any CSV file. Now, there is another tool. Suppose I am having an Excel sheet. So how to read the Excel sheet inside the Panda? So simply I will be using pd.read Excel method. Read Excel method we are going to use to read any Excel sheet. Suppose I am having employee.xls sheet. So I will be using read Excel method where employee.xls sheet would be read here. And if I want to store any of the data into the Excel format, so here I will be using data frame.toExcel and the file name. Okay. So read CSV to CSV, read Excel to Excel. In this way, I can do that. Suppose here I'm having any HTML file. So if I want to read a HTML file, so simply I will be writing pandas.read HTML file. And here I can give any HTML file data. And if I want to save any file, so here I'll be using data frame.toHTML. And here I can just write any HTML. Here I can write any HTML name of the file where I can save the data. So basically read CSV to CSV. Okay. So here these data are being used. Okay, fine. Okay, so first of all, what I need to do, I need to create a data into the CSV format here. Okay, I need to create any data into the CSV format. So how I will be creating a data with CSV format? So first of all, see here, I will be creating a basic data of CSV. Okay, so first I will be creating a basic data CSV file. I'm just creating a very small CSV file where I would be writing certain data. And then this file is, suppose here I'm saying f1.csv. So I will be calling this data inside the pandas.read CSV method. And here I will be using that. So here I will be calling this one f1.csv. So let's say how to do that. So for first, if I want to create a CSV file, how can I do that? So that one you have to go to home page just to create a CSV file. So here I'm going to home page. Click on new, click on text file. And here, this is a text file. And here, you can create a CSV file. So here I'm just putting any data. So here I'm just putting ID, name, and age. Suppose a small file I'm making here with small data. I will be saving this one as save, or what you can do, you can just write here CSV file here. You have to create a CSV file. So here I'm saying F24. Suppose I say here F24 here with the F24 September.csv, because here I want, because there are a lot of files. So I do not want to miss the name here. So F24 September.csv I'm writing here. You can write here employee 1, employee 2, employee 3, student 1, student 2, student 3. In this way you can write it here. So this is the file name I'm taking. You can take any other file name also. Now here I'm clicking on save. So I had just saved the data here. Okay. Okay. Now this file F24 September.csv, this I will be calling here into my my Jupyter. So let's say how to call it. So this file I had created it, CSV file F24 September.csv. So one even I had created, you can just go to home page, scroll it down. You can find your file. You have. This one you can see here. Right now I just created the file. So on the home page, you can find it out. F24.csv. Right now I've created it. Okay. So now this file is there. So this is the file. Now I want to call it here. So how I will be writing a command to call it. Here you can see it, how to call it, So what I can do here, I can write here import pandas as PD. And here I can write df is equal to pd dot read CSV. And here I can call this file which I had created. That one is F24 September.csv. You can give any other name. CSV. And before it, you have to click on File Save. Click here. I'd executed it here, and now you can see this file is there. So whatever data I had just written here, in future, I'm going to work with the larger files. Right now, I'm just taking a very smaller data. So this one is there. Okay, wait here, wait, one more thing. This is a CSV file now. Just wait here, wait. ID, name, age. This is a header. ID, name, age is a header. Click on File, Save. And now you can see, again, I'm just importing it here. Click Run. It is taking the file, executed the file, and rerun the DF here. Now it is okay. It has taken the headers automatically, which I had given here. These are the headers I had provided it here. CSV file is saved in automatically home folder where your Anaconda is present here. Okay, so this one is there, right? So what you can do, right? So here, I just written this one. Click on here. You can just click on renaming, click on OK, and then here, and then click on File Save. save it, and then click here, and you can write this command so that the data would be here. The one more thing here, what happened inside read CSV now, there is a separator. There are certain parameters needs to be settled down. So there are separators. So what we can do here, like here, see, even I had not provided a separator, still this read CSV method knows that there is a separation of comma separations, because what is happening here, all the files is basically comma separated here. These are separated, comma separated. You can see these are comma separation. So it means the data are separated with a comma. So by default here, even we write it or not, so what happens here? Here, separator is equal to, there is a parameter separator is equal to comma by default. So even you are not writing does not matter, but it is working behind it here. Okay, it is working behind it here. Fine. Now, now suppose here I'm changing the separator. Let's say, let me change out the separator. Suppose default separator is a comma. So here I'm just changing the separator. I'm just giving a semicolon. Here semicolon. Here also I'm just changing it. Semicolon. And here also semicolon. Say, so I had changed the separator with the semicolon. Okay. Now, student, if see, the point is my file is having a separation instead of semicolon here. All the data is having a separation with the semicolon. Na? Wait. Semicolon separators are there. So the point is here that semicolon separator, and here I'm writing separator is equal to comma. So here there is some ambiguity. So what will happen if I'm just clicking it here and I'm running it, rerunning, I just re-execute it. See here how it is just giving. Some semicolons are coming in between, but this is not the correct way, because here it is thinking that why these semicolons are coming, because here you had given separator is equal to comma. So that is not the correct way. So I need a clean and tidy data. So I will give here no separator is semicolon. I'm re-executing. I'd executed it again, click on run, and now run. So you can see I'm just reading CSV file with the separator semicolon. Semicolon is there. So you can see here, all the data are semicolon. And here I'm reading with the semicolon separator. The point is that you have to read a file with a proper separator. But by default, the files are separation with the commas only. Comma separations are there. So you have to take care. By the way, every file is with a comma separation only. So there's no need to give it. So what I do, I'm just coming again. I'm making entire data with the commas only. Commas only, and here I'm just giving the comma. Oh, wait, comma, 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 comma. So here I'm just putting comma, which are default here. And now I'm just clicking on save and click on file here. Again, you call it run and run. Now it is there. So here I need to change separator is equal to comma. Now you run it. Everything is fine. Even you won't give it now. If I'm not giving it here, I'm not giving it. So still it will go. You give it. Separator is equal to comma. But it is not required. Got the point? So in this way, you can make it here. Okay. Up to here, it is okay that how to read a CSV file with the separators. You can just raise hand, that's all. Is it okay that how to make the separations, how the default separation works, and how you can read the file? So in this way, you take care. Fine, thank you. Okay, so this is one way. Now just wait here. There are Okay, just wait here. Okay. Now here now, there are certain more parameters inside it, like PD dot read CSV, PD dot read CSV. Just wait here. And here I'm giving the same file name F24 September. Just wait here. 24 September dot CSV. Student, you can give any other name, please. Do not remain with the stock one with the same one. Comma separation. This is the default. Now there is one of the parameter, index column. So right now my index is 012, but if I'm saying that kindly make this index column with ID. Okay, I want to make index column with the ID here. So you can see here now I created the index column with the ID. Okay. So basically there is one of the parameter like index column is equal to ID. So here I just created kindly make the ID as the index, right? By default, there is a parameter header. Header is equal to infer. Okay, so let me show you what is the impact coming here. By default, there is one of the parameter header equals to here. Right? Header is equal to infer. So here, when I'm writing header is equal to infer, so automatically it is taking here with this inference, na header is equal to inference. So here it will be automatically taking the ID name age as the heading, because by default header is equal to infer is working. Infer means inference. Inference means take this top first line as the heading. Okay, so heading will be taken here. Heading will be taken here. Header is equal to infer. You have to see, students, you have to wait for a larger file. I cannot skip and jump to the larger file. I'm only going to do everything with a step by step. Okay. Header equals to infer. So automatically the system will be coming to know that these heading will be coming on the top. They are headers. Just with the header is equal to inference. Okay, these are default working here. Now, just wait. Suppose here I'm taking this one, both here I'm taking. I want to make certain changes. Let's say right now ID name age are coming as a header. Okay, just wait. I want to make certain changes here. Suppose I'm running this code. Let me see this code. Okay, let it be whatever code is coming. So here ID name age are basically header coming here. Now just wait here. I want to make changes, little bit changes I want to make here. Now, just wait here now, here. I have to change, see, I'm trying to give student ID, student name, student age as a names. So here now, I will be giving header equals to 0. Why I'm giving header equals to 0? See here, SID, SName, SAge is change here. Because what I did, I'm saying header equals to inference means the system will know that how the headings are coming from the base file f24.csv or any other file. You can make employee.csv, any name you can make it here. But the point is, whenever I want to make the changes into the names, so here I have to give header equals to 0. Header equals to 0 means kindly remove or do not take the earlier headers. You are not going to take the earlier headers, ID, name, and age. You are going to change it with the SID, SName, and SAge. SID, SName, and SAge. These are the newer names. And here header equals to 0 means we are changing the headings. We are changing the headings here. Okay. So that is there. Right? So this is there. So I can, if whenever I want to give a new name to the headings, so this part, you have to write a header equals to 0 only, so that the name could be changed. The heading could be changed simply. If you won't do it, so there would be some inconsistency into the answer. This is one. Now there is one more thing. Suppose now I want to change the index column. Instead of this 0, 1, 2, I want to change this SID as the index column. So because I changed it, these headers, so now here I will be giving that index column will be SID. Index column will be SID. You cannot give ID because it will not recognize ID here. See here, now it is changing. Got it? So here you're taking a file, separations are this comma separations here, all the comma separators are here. And you had changed all the names here. Names is equal to SID, SName, and SH. And header we had changed it because 0 I had given. I'm just saying kindly blank out the earlier one, take the newer one. And here index column is equal to SID. In this way, I can make all the changes into the taken file. It means though the data are these one, but during taking into the pandas, so we can make the parameter settings and we can change the output here, whichever is coming. Is it okay up to here? Okay, so this one is a way now how I can take a file. Okay. So what I can do, I can take any other file. Suppose here I just created one of the file here. So there is one of the file hr-data.csv. I had created that file earlier. So if I want to read that file is here. I need to search that file. 628. hr-data.csv. This is any file just I had created where I just taken certain column name, hire date, salary, sick days remaining. I had just created it with certain name, hire date, salaries, and sick days remaining, these data. So if I want to call this file hr-data.csv, so how can I call that? Simply I will be writing here df is equal to eb.read CSV. Here I can just give hr-data.csv. And here I can read the data frame. So this one is the hr-data.csv, which is having name, hire date, salary, and sick days remaining as the column there. Okay. Manually I had created. In future, you're going to work with the larger data sets. Okay, so here I did create it. Okay. So here, if I want to give certain changes to this particular hr-data.csv, so that also we can change it here. Right now, what is happening now? Suppose here, this one hire date, you can just see this hire date, this hire date. Basically, let's see one thing. Though when I'm looking these higher dates, higher dates are basically like here I just giving certain dates. So the point is here that if I want to understand that this particular column is having which data type, what is the data type of this column? So here simply I had written what is the data type of data frame higher date and what is the data type for the value which is present at the 0th index. So 0th index means what is the value, what is the data type of this particularly higher date. Whatever date is there, what is the data type here? So I had given type df higher date 0. What is the data type of it? So here it is saying string. Here it is saying string. So the point is here that I do not need a string actually. I do not need a string. Here I need a date type. I need a date type. So what I can do, even if I'm using here, suppose let's say, wait, suppose here I'm writing type df higher date, wait, this was a capital because I have to take care for the capital as well. Suppose here first row, it means what is the data at the first row? Suppose this one is there. What is the data type for this first? So that I want to know. So here also it is just giving me string, str. Okay, so I need this particular entire column in a date type, but here it is showing string. Fine. So what I can do when I'm reading this HR data.csv, there are certain predefined parameters for it. So what I'll do at the time of loading of the data, there is a, just wait, there is a one of the parameter parse date. Parse date is a parameter which is going to take the column which we are passing, and that particular column would be, just wait here, this parse date, just wait here. Oh, wait here, this one here. It is just coming in this way, column, this way, wait, this way. Parse dates in bracket means in column wise I have to give. So here I am saying kindly show me the higher date as a parse date. Parse date, you can see here, see the output of higher date, how it is coming with the slashes as it is coming now. You can see this backslashes are coming here now, but you see how the higher date has been changed with the date type here. Parse date is one of the parameter which would be transforming any column present as a date into the actual date type. So higher date is a column. I just pass into the parse dates parameter. You can see how the date is appearing and see here how the date is appearing. So now it is coming as a date type actually, not string type. So if I'm taking the same one, I want to understand that, see here, I want to understand that these columns which are being created with the parse date, whether they had converted to the data type. So here I'm just showing what is the data type of this 0th. What is the data type of this 0? So here it is saying this one is a timestamp. Timestamp automatically says that this one is a date type. Date type. Remember, date type. The same one, if I need this one, suppose this one I'm taking it here, I'm writing it here. This one is also showing you. This one is a date type. So now earlier they are just showing you. See, in this case, they are showing you as the string. It means the same column is displayed as a string. But when I given this higher date into the parse date parameter, so the entire higher date has been transformed into the date type. And now here it is showing that these values are timestamp. It means now they are covering as the date type. It is just taking it here. Okay. It is changing the date format. It is changing the date format with parse date. Okay. So parse date is a parameter which is changing the type of the data into the date format. Okay, so this is one. Now, what I can do if I want to make certain more changes here, Suppose here right now, name, hire date, salary, and sick days remaining. See, these are 4 columns are there. Okay. What I can do here, if I want to make changes here, so I'm going to write here these names now. Just wait here. I'm going to write here. Just wait here. df is equal to pd dot read csv hr data. Wait. Dot csv. Then here, separator is equal to comma default I'm taking. Okay. Even if you won't write, does not matter. Then here I'm writing header is equal to 0. I want to change the names of header. Then here I'm writing here names. What are the new names? I have to specify the new names. So name, hire date, salary, and sick days remaining. It means 4 columns. So I have to provide 4 new names if I want to. So what I can write it here, I can write here EMP name. This one is the column change I have given to name. Then here I'm just giving hire date. So here I can take hired. Okay, then here EMP salary, student EMP salary, any new name here I'm trying to give. And here 6 days remaining, instead of 6 days remaining, I'm just going to give 6 days. That's all. So I had just changed it now. So I had changed it. Now let me check it out. See how the things are changed. But there is one thing. Still you can see hired column. It is coming into the older style. So it means when I'm writing this one, so I need to pass this hired column inside the parse dates parameter. So what I'll do, I'm using the same format. I'm using the same lines here, but here I'm adding some more content here. Okay, so here I'm adding some more content. So here now, just wait here. Here I'm adding parse dates is equal to, I have to give the new name, hired. I cannot use the older name. No? That would be a mistake then. It will throw the error. You cannot give a higher date because here it is a hired. So the same name you have to take, otherwise mistakes will be there. Here it is there, then here in this way. So you can see here now hired is changed into the actual date format. Now suppose here EMP name is there. I want to give EMP name as the index column. How can I do that? So I'm going to take this entire lines. Just wait here. I'm going to take this entire lines here, this one, and here I'm just going to give it. But here now some more addition you have to do. Here, index column is equal to, wait here, just wait. Index column is equal to, I have to give name of the column. Which is the column name here? EMP name. Same name I have to pass. Otherwise, you cannot give any other older name because it will not recognize the older name. Here it is there. This one is there. Now I just added it. Then come here. Wait here. See here. Employee name is coming as a index now. Zero and 1. If I'm writing here, na, type df hired earlier. Just wait, I'll tell you. Here, na, here. here. 0 and 1. 0 and 1 are referring the index. They are referring the index. They are referring the index in. Yeah, whenever I want to make a copy and paste, we can use Control C and Control V as well here. Up to here, it is okay now? Fine. Once we had written a parse state here, so no need to write again and again. Only one time command is required, the entire command. One time entire command is required, that's all. I'm just doing all the things step by step. Otherwise, I can cut all other up steps. I can write a one syntax only and the code will run here. Suppose here I say, wait, just a moment, wait. As soon as we are loading the data, if I'm writing this command here one time only, so that will be successful. Done. Only one time. One time it is required here. Only one time command is required. Not multiple times. So I had written only one time. So only one time command is required for the pd.read CSV. That's all, not multiple times. I'm writing it multiple times just to make one step by step ahead. I'm doing that. Okay. So that is them. Okay. Now, so now here I can see here, suppose right now I had just called HR data.csv, modified everything, and the data is shown into the DF here. Now you think it's suppose here this data modified, this data frame, which is a modified data, I want to save it again as a CSV file. So here I will write df dot to CSV. I'm just storing this data, this entire data. So here it will be taking df dot to CSV. I'm saying my HR modified 24/7, suppose. Okay, .csv. Let's say this because I'm having a lot of files, so different name I want to give it. Underscore HR, my HR modified underscore 24/7.csv. Any name you can give it, that is up to you. So here I'm just saving with two CSV method, this one, this particular file. So this is a file. Even you can just check it out, this file in home page. You can find it out here, where a file is stored here. You can find out your file. This one, this is the file I had created right now. So here you can find out your file. This is the file created. And this file, if I want to recall it here, so what I can write here, df1 is equal to pd.read CSV. And here I can just give the same name because I want to read this file again from the memory. So wait. My HR modified. Okay, just I'm removing this line because I did it. I'm just reading this file. This file, my HR modified 24.csv, I'm reading it. Because I had already saved this, my HR modified underscore 24/7. So here the same file which I saved, that one is right here. Up to here it is okay now? That how you can build up the file and how you can read the file. It is okay now? You can just raise hand. Up to here the things are clear to you? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So only one time you have to read the file. Only one time you have to read the file. Okay, when you are reading it, and then you can proceed with it. And here you can save the file and you can reread the file. Okay, this is the procedure of any read CSV and to CSV file. Okay, so this is one. Now, in a similar way, suppose here I'm just using DFH salary plot.bar. What is this? This is just we are plotting it here because it has the visualization also. No? So we are having the visualization also. There is a EMP salary column here, EMP salary column. I want to plot that bar here. So here it will be plotting whatever values are there. That will be plotted because we can use a small visualization here. That will take a time. So it is just making a time here. Okay. Minimum salary, or if I want to use a maximum salary, so here I can take that. Minimum salary or maximum salary. So all the aggregate functions it is having. Okay, so this is the way. Fine. Now see here, suppose, let's say I'm having a file where my comma, I do not have any comma separations. I do not have any comma separations. Okay. So how to read such files? Okay. So suppose here I'm having any file which is having the tab separation. So it means what is the tab separations? It means whenever you are writing any file you are writing it here. So whenever you are making any file here, so what happened? My comma separations are not present. You are having the data in this way. 1, ABC, any name, and this is the age. 2, DEF, this is any name, and this is age. 3, XYZ, these are names in any age. So all the things I'm having are separated, but they are separated not with comma. Commas are not there. They are separated with gaps. These gaps. You know, these gaps are what? Tab separation. So we give tab separation by T. T represent tab separation. Tab separation. Okay, so these are the tab separation. You know, on your computer's keyboard, above caps lock, there is a TAB, tab. So we are pressing 1, then tab, then ABC, then tab, then 15. Press enter, then 2, tab. So these are the tab separations here. Tab separation, they are not a comma. So suppose here I'm having any file with the tab separations. You think it, I'm having any file with the tab separations. Just wait here. So how to read that file? If any file I had created with the tab separations, how to read that file? So students, here I need to give, suppose I had created any file age data.csv. that file is basically tab separated. Automatically tab separations are there. So what I can do, I can just see that file with the gaps. So here na, in separator, I cannot give it a comma separations. I have to give separator tabs. So here I'm saying, see, the separators are basically tabs that you can see. Okay, and if you want to save that file, so df.to.csv, any file name you can give, and you can give that kindly save the data frame with the tab separations. So tab separator, whenever you are having, apart from comma, any other separations are there, it could be any semicolon, like tab or any other, you have to specify that separator here. Otherwise, your compiler will never able to read it properly. Okay. Now suppose here I'm having any file salaryData.xls. Just wait here. Let me find it out. This file. Just wait here. I just stopped the share. Wait, please wait. Let me check one thing, please. Just wait for a moment. Wait here. Salary data. Wait here. Let me think it. Wait. Okay. Okay. So wait. So you can see here, like I'm having one of the file as a salary data. This one is a salary data file. Okay. Salary data.xls, right? This is a file I had created manually. So if I want to read this salary data, this is the Excel sheet. If I want to read this Excel sheet, how can I read it? Simply, I will be writing here pd.read Excel method, and you can give the name. It could be any name, that is your choice. You can give it here. Okay. And if you want to save this data, so you can just give here data frame dot to Excel. Data frame dot to Excel, you can give it here. Right? Data frame dot to Excel, so that you can give it. So basically read Excel to Excel, read CSV to CSV in this way. Now suppose there is any HTML file. Suppose there is any HTML file. Generally, we do not use this HTML file in case of data science, machine learning, never. But still, suppose here, because we are learning certain Python, certain pandas basics. So here, if I'm having any HTML file, so here, how can I read it? Simply, I will be using pd.read HTML, and here I can place the HTML name of the file here. Okay. And here, if I want to save it here, so simply I can write here data frame name dot to HTML, and the new name here I can give it here. Nan is a value to present the missing data. Nan is a value to present the missing data. Simply we can write here nan. Nan means there is no data here. So you can just write nan. Nan means there is no data. We do not have any information about the data. So in this way, you can read it, write it here. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so nan files, nan means missing data here. Okay, now let's go ahead with the Web API application programming interface. Now, what are these web application programming interface basically? They are for missing data, we use nan, not null. Missing data, we can use that. Okay. Okay, let's see what are web APIs, web application programming interface. Basically, now, suppose here we are currently working in, let's say we are working here in Jupyter Notebook. So here we are using Python environment. We are using. Now suppose some of the URLs which are present on internet, any URL which is present on internet, any website I want to talk about. So how we can interact with any other third-party websites while remaining into our own software? Because right now we are using a Python environment, we are using an Anaconda, we are using a Jupyter. So the point is here, if I want to interact while remaining in my own environment to any other URL, so how we can do that? For that, we need a web APIs. There are certain application programming interface which are helping us to fetch out or to read the data present on any third-party website. It means if I want to interact with any other website while remaining in my own software, so I can do that. So here, basically web APIs are helping us to interact with any third-party website. So basically web APIs are also known as HTTP services. Okay, hypertext transfer protocol services are there. So we can take their services just for the interaction. So here basically web API means application programming interface, is an interface for building HTTP services that can be accessed from any client, including browsers or mobile devices. API has a set of functions that allow a data scientist to access a specific features or data of an application or any other services, right? We want to receive the data from an API. For that, we need to make the request. Requests are all over used in web. So what we can do whenever I want to access any data, for that I need to make the request, web request, and web requests are accepted. Now, whether the web requests are accepted or not, there are certain ways. So basically to do that, we need to import a library request. So import request is there. Okay. So first of all, that is not a part of Anaconda. So that one is a third-party library. I need to install it first into my system. You are not going to do it right now, later on it's part. But here I'm just giving you a small introduction, that's all. So here that one is how to make the request object here. For this, I need to install a request library. So I will be writing a command pip install request. You are not going to write it right now. Pip install request. After that, I need to import the request. Inside the request, there is a get method. And inside the method, I can pass on any URL. Now, whether that URL is accepting my request or not, how can I get it? That will be sending me, that particular website will be sending us a response. Now we have to check out what is the status code of that response. If the status code of the response is 200, 200 means everything is okay. The website is allowing you to access your web request. Okay, this is first case. And suppose I'm again making a request for any other website, any website I can say. So here, think it, I just need the request for any other website. So I have to check after sending my request, what is the response? So response code is if I am getting 404, it means the server or that particular website is not allowing you to process your request. They are denying your request. So you cannot access the content. So it means we need to check out the status code for that request here. So web API help us, which are given through request.get. Inside it, the web APIs are there. They will be helping us to access the element or not. So if we are getting the status code 200, it means that we we can access the content. Our request is accepted. And if it is giving 404 as a status code, it means the request is not accepted. That is turned down. We cannot access the server here. Even we should not hit the server again and again. So these are the web API. This is just a knowledge introduction I had given to you. Okay, later on it will be covered in detail. Now here, let's move ahead. Here, I'm just taking one of the file employee1.csv. Employee1.csv here. So employee1.csv is basically this file you can get from GitHub. You tell me, students, how many you are aware with the GitHub now? Code is fixed for API. Yeah, in API, the code is fixed. Yes, it is fixed here. How many of you are aware with GitHub? Okay, so there is one of the GitHub link is there. Just wait here. Just wait. Oh, wait here. I will be sharing you this employee.csv on GitHub. Just can you wait, please? Wait for a moment. No, we will be sharing you this link, GitHub link. Just wait here. Students, just wait. We are sharing you the GitHub link. Suppose here I'm saying where you are going to find out this employee.csv. So this one is a GitHub link. We are going to share you so that you can access the other file content also. Okay, so whenever we are saying, you can do that. Just waiting. Wait, please. You need to wait. We are sharing you the GitHub link. You need to wait for some time. How we can access the GitHub link? Suppose I say, this one is a file. Suppose here, student, I'm using this employee.csv file. This file is there. A lot of content is present here. Serial number, name, age, city, country, salaries is given there. What I can do if I want to fetch it now, so simply I will take the URL, this particular link. See here, students, wait, let me tell you how to access it. Control C, wait. The GitHub link has been shared with you. You can just take the GitHub link, okay, make it a bookmark or save it into your notepad on your desktop, because in future you are going to use the various GitHub links. So what you are going to do, just take the link and click here. Click here, click on the provided link. Right now, my team has provided you the link. You click here. See here, the GitHub link is provided to you. First of all, you should know that there is a GitHub repository. Okay. Inside the GitHub repository, we are having a lot of CSV file, which I'm going to use. So here you have to click on a particular root node, DSR scientist. Here you have to click on. So here you will be clicking on repository. You can see here a lot of repositories are there. Click on repositories here, and you will be getting various repositories. So now what you can do, click on, suppose here employee.csv you want to take. Suppose here I'm going to use here employee.csv. This particular file employee.csv I want to take. So you come here and find out data set 1 inside this repository. You have to click on root node, then you come here onto the data set 1 inside the repository. And here now you need to find employee.csv. So here you are having employee.csv file. This file, you can see it here. This one, click here. Click here. Okay. And this is the file, you can see it here. This is the file, you can see it here, where you are having serial number, name, age, city, and country, and salary. These are all data are there. Now you need the data. So what I can do, I can access the URL, or what you can do, you can click on raw. There's a raw button here, you can see here. See here, there's a raw button. Be careful, please. Click on raw button. Once I will be clicking on raw button, click here for the raw button. Raw button is here. Just to take it, save it, you take it, save it, copy it, go to home page. Click here, and in home page, click on text file. Click on text file, open a blank text file. Inside the blank text file, you can paste your content. Okay, and give a name. Give a name here. Give a name here, just like employee. I'm writing an employee test.csv. I'm writing here. You have to give employee empl.csv, because that I'm writing it here. But because I'm already having, how can I give a lot of name there? Employee test.csv. Suppose this one is the file here. Click on OK. Employee test.csv, save, and you come here. Then you call it here. tf is equal to td.read csv employee test.csv. So this file is there. Okay. So here, right? So you can make it a back. Click on here for the root node. Click here on repositories. Go to dataset 1. You will be finding it out employee.csv, and click on raw. This one is there. This one is there. Just copy it. Go to home page. Click here. Take your text file. Open the text file and paste it here. And then you call it here. Everybody has seen employee.csv now. Okay. Everybody has seen the employee.csv file? Okay, so let's move ahead now. So this file I had loaded now. So suppose here I want to make the index column. So you can just choose serial number is there. I want to make this serial number because here serial number, name, age, city, countries are there. I want to make the serial number as the index column. So simply you can write here index column is equal to serial number here. Okay, we are doing certain data analysis on it. By default, as you can see here, certain salaries are there. So still, if I want to see the salary with any float data type, so simply I will be writing here. While loading the data here, I can see the employee's CSV file and take this salary data as the float structure. So here it will be giving the data as the float structure. It means whenever we want to change the data type, so while loading, you can just change it. Now here inside this particular employee.csv, there is a salary column. If I want to see that what is the minimum salary, what is the maximum salary, just to plot the salary in these commands, we can just make the minimum, maximum salary, we can find it out. To aggregate functions, we can use that and even we can plot them. Okay, so basic things I'm doing it here. Now, suppose here I want to load this data frame because currently I'm just taking this one as a DF. You can see here DF. DF is there. So data frame is there. I want to load this data frame here into the data frame here separately. Explicitly, I want to load it. So here I'm just loading it here. So pt.data frame here, I'm just loading it as the data frame here, DA. So DF1 is there. Okay, so whenever you are loading any CSV data, you can just go to data frame, pt.data frame, and you can load the data frame here. Now here DF1 is there, so you can see the data are present here, with serial number, name, age, city, country, and the salary as well. And a lot of data are here. Fine. Inside the data, even you can see there are a lot of NaN values are there. Missing data are there. Okay, so there are a lot of NaN data. It could be anywhere. Missing data does not matter. Let it be. Missing data means there is no information. Here I am making certain lock and iLock operation, indexing and slicing also. If I want to see the salary column, so here I am just writing df1.lock, show me all the salaries. So I am just looking on the salaries column here. If I want to see the name and salary, so df1.lock operation, I am going to use it. So all the operation which I did yesterday for lock operation, iLock operation, all the things I did with the indexing and slicing. So here I can give it df1.lock operation. I can see the name and salary as well. Okay. Here I'm just doing certain operation for the df.ilock operation. So here I want to see the name and age only. So here I'm giving df1.ilock operation. Show me 1, 2, 3. You know why 1, 2, 3 here? Because here the data are being captured with the index only. So index here, index are representing here as a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it means if you want to see here this name and age, so how you would be writing this name and age? You are going to write here df1.ilock operation. Here I want to see all the rows with 1, 2, 3. So automatically it will be taking 1 and 2. So automatically it will be taking the name and age. These two it is going to take it. Suppose here you want to see city, country, let's say. So how you're going to write here df1.ilock, show me all the rows, and here you're going to take city and country. So 3 to 5 you're going to take it, 3 to 5. So automatically 3 and 4 index it is going to take, city and country will be there. Suppose here you want to see here this age, city and country, age, city and country, age, city and country. Okay, only these portions, age, city and country. So df1.ilock here, and here you can show me all the rows with age starting from 2 2, 5. So here 2, 3, 4. So here you are going to take this 2, 3, 4 only a city and country. Okay, so this one you can take it here. Suppose here I want to see this data only. Let's say up to this data only. I want to see, let's say this one. So here I can write df1.ilog. Show me, because you can just cut the rows here. So what you can do is give a range of rows. So rows should be starting from index number 1. So 1 to 9 and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you can take the data from columns. You can take it from 1 to 4. So automatically from 1 to 8 it is going to take it. And here the range from 1 to 3 it is going to take you. Right? If you want to take a data, you want to cut a data of this much, this one. So simply you are going to write it here, df1.ilog, starting the data from 3 to 13. So 3 to 14 you can take, because 3 to 13 it will be taking, and -1 it is going to take. This is exclusive. And here you can take it with 3, starting column number, you can take it with 3, 4, 5 now. So 3, you cannot give end here, because if you give here 5 now, so you can see only 3 and 4. So you can just don't give it. If you want to see entire, so simply you can write df1.ilog. Here you can give, show me all the data. All the data will be displayed. Here if you're writing 0 and 0, so automatically it is taking all the data from starting to end. And even if you're writing here df1.ilog, show me all the data from the end, last one. So here whatever last index is there into the rows as well as in columns. Suppose we are writing here 21. So here it is 0 to 20 it is going to show you, and 0 to, suppose we are writing 5. So 0 to 4 it is going to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 0 to 20 it is going to show. So in this way we can do the slicing here or indexing also inside this particular employee.csv. Here you can take the negative indexing as well. Okay, you can specify the negative indexing here. So what I can do, suppose here I need this data only. So df1.ilog, and inside the ilog you can take here all the operation of all the rows in -1. df1.ilog, if you need the data for 3 number, -3 means this particular country, city, it is city. So you can do that also. Okay. Suppose here you need the data of this one only, means here complete data. So here I will be writing df1.ilog. Wait. Here I told you, because -4, -3, -2. So the pointer will go from -1 to -4 and then revert up to -2. So here -4 to -1. So -4, -3, -2, it will be taking the data. Okay, so in this way, that's why I was just doing yesterday all those operations. So here I'm taking, just looking the salary. Here I'm looking the name and salary, because I'm using a labeled data. I'm using a labeled data here. Got the point here? And here, if I'm doing, see, you can just easily understand now these all df1.ilog operation here. You can do that. You can see here df1.ilog 0 to 4, df1.ilog -1. So you can do all the indexings. You can do the, even if you want to do here, just like I had given 1 to 4 for -1 here. So it means here, suppose you are having a data, -1 is there and 1 to 4, you want to see it here. What does it mean? 1 to 4 here. So 1 to, let's say, suppose I need this, but in minus, I need it here. In minus, I need it here. So how? Here you are going to give df1.ilog. Show me all the rows starting from 1 to 7, so 8, 1 to 8, but for -1. Or if you're writing here, df1.ilog, suppose I say that you need a data, let's say this data you need. Zero, wait, -1, -2, -3. So -3 to -1. So -3, -2 is going to take. So in this way you can do that. Okay. So any way, any slicing and slicing you can do there. Any slicing or indexing you can just do yourself. Like here I did a lot of them. So you can see this one. You can do that. Okay. So all the lock or iLock operations you can do there. Okay. Now let's go ahead with more. Like here, df.count. Suppose here I want to understand what is the counting. How many rows are there? Basically what happens, there are a number of rows are present with the NAND data also. NAND data means missing data. So those number of rows are not counted here. So it means here it will be taking, if any, in any of the columns, there are certain rows present with NAND, so they are not be counted. So you can see here, suppose here, df.count is one of the method through which I can find out the aggregate number of rows. So in serial number, total 0 to 21 means 22 number of rows are present. In name also, 0 to 21 means 22 number of rows are present. It means there is no missing data in serial number and name. But in age, 19 number of rows are present. It means total 22 are there. So it means 20, 21, 22. 3 rows are missing data. 3 rows have a missing data. 3 rows have a NAND data. Same is happening into the city. So inside the city also 3 NAND data are there. Inside 3 rows, there are NAND data. In country, there's no NAND data, no null data. And in salary also 3 missing data, 3 NAND data. So here it is showing you the total count. Suppose here, just whenever I'm writing here df.count, so entire aggregation it is giving me. But if I want to specify only name here, I want to see only name. What is the counting of name? So here it is giving the total. It is going to give the count, which gives the total number of count of name. So here it is saying 22 number of rows are present inside the name. Now, I want to understand that inside the df1 or df you can take, that I want to understand what are the unique name, because names are there. It could be unique name. And certain time what happens, maybe like here Kamal or Anik, any name, they are repeated also. Because 22 rows are there, so maybe certain names could be repeated also. Maybe 2 students are having the same name. So here unique, I want to understand that what are the unique names. So here it is just giving you that these are the unique names. These are the unique names. Okay, now I want to count what are the number of unique names. So here it is saying n unique, that inside the df1 name n unique. So it will be given n unique gives number of count of unique value. So here, if you start counting out this all unique names, so there are 14 unique names. 14 unique names. So it means out of 22 rows, 14 unique names are there. So maybe 2 or 3 names are repeated also. The same if I want to ask in country. Suppose there is one of the column country. So inside the country, what are the unique countries? So these are the unique countries. How many total unique countries are there? So the n unique function is there, number of unique functions, number of unique countries. So here it is saying 5 unique countries are there. Now I want to understand what are the unique names. Here it is saying these are the unique names in city. What are the number of unique? 10 unique cities are there. Okay, so unique and unique, count, these are all aggregate functions present inside the pandas here. They are there. So maybe they are with the same name. If it is giving unique 14, so it means maybe they are repeated in other rows. There is a possibility repetition is there. Now there is one of the describe function. This type function. So if I want to understand, give me the entire description of the column name. So here it is saying 22 total rows are there, 14 unique name are there. Top name is Yami, and that particular name is maybe they are repeated 2 times. Yami is repeated 2 times here. Now here, if I'm writing here, just see if I need a specific description of the column, so I have to give the column name here. Now I need a description of all the columns. I need the description of entire columns. So what happens when I'm using df.describe? So it will be taking all the numerical column, number column, integer column, and start showing me all the description of all the columns which are having the integer values, just like serial number, age, and salary. So here it is giving total number of count is 22 in serial number, 19 in age, and 19 in salary. Mean are there. Mean is like 32 is the mean age, and this is the mean salary. What is the minimum? Minimum salary? Minimum salary is this one. Minimum age is 22. What is the maximum salary? Maximum salary is this one, and this one is the maximum age. Some more values are also there that I will be explaining you later on. If you remember, you had studied in your Excel, certain percentiles are there. So these are the percentile. These are the percentile, which gives you statistical information. 25th percentile of age, 25th percentile of salary, 50th percentile of age, 50th percentile of salary, and 75th percentile of age and salary. So basically, and these are the standard deviations also. So basically, describe method gives you the statistical summary of entire columns which have the integer values. Now, what happens? I'm having string data also. I'm having the string data also. So basically here, if I'm having the string data, so how can I view the entire description of the string data, including inside the integer values? So for that here, I'm having df1.describe method here. df1.describe include is equal to all. If I'm writing describe method with include is equal to all, so here it is going to include entire data. Here it is going to include entire details of numerical data as well as your string data. Any column whichever is present into the data frame, so include is equal to all will be giving the entire details here. So you can see here, see just like serial number, age, serial number, and salary. These are integer values. So these are providing all these data, all statistical information for these integer data. And if you're looking here, name, you can see name, city, and country. These are object data, string data. So it is just showing you count, unique, top, frequency. Count, unique, top, and frequency. So that information it is going to give you. But in integer data, here it is going to give you all the statistical information by mean, minimum, percentiles, maximum, standard deviation in this way. So here with it, here we can see what are the various statistical summaries of these provided columns actually. Now here, let's see how to drop off rows and columns in pandas here. Suppose here I'm having a DF1 here. Okay, just wait here. Let me load out the data. Just wait. What I'm going to do, wait here. I'm loading here. DF is going to be on. Okay, I just dropped 3 rows. You can see here. DF dot drop row numbers 15, 16, and 17 along with rows. So here, you can see this parameter axis equals to 0. What I'm giving? I'm giving kindly drop these row numbers along with rows. Axis equal to 0 means along with rows you have to drop it. And I'm saving this detail inside the DF1. So when I'm looking the DF1, you can see here 15, 16, 17 now. See this data. Can you see a gap here? Here 14 to 18 is there. So 15 to 17, they are dropped here. Okay, they are dropped here. Right here. Waiting. See, 15 to 17, they are dropped here. Got the point here? But there is one problem here. Can you see here? I have to save the data in DF1. I have to save the data in DF1. STD stands for standard deviation. Okay. STD is standard deviation. Okay. So here, suppose here DF1 is there. Now there is one point. If I'm looking here, now though here I can verify that yes, my data are dropped, my rows are dropped. Please, 14 to 18 means, yeah, 15 to 17, three rows are dropped here. But if I'm looking this DF I'm looking. So here I can say there is nothing is dropped. Still 15, 16, 17 are present there. But in DF1 it is dropped. It means changes has not occurred in original DF. How to make changes occurred in original DF? For that I need to use replace is equal to true. So here I'm dropping a new, here I can let me drop here 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. Let me drop here 3, 4. I want to drop row number 3, 4 along with axis equals to 0. Okay, but here I need to give in place is equal to true, because with this, now in place is equal to true, this will make the changes into the original data frame. So here I'm just giving df. If you see this one now, 3, 4, 3, 4 I dropped now. So 3, 4 I dropped and they are dropped here. 3 and 4 has been dropped along with rows into the same data frame. Okay. Okay, so in this way, I can make the changes into the original. But if I'm not giving in place is equal to true, so original changes are not saved. Now, right now, if I want this one, I'm dropping the rows. If I want to drop columns, so how can I drop that? For that, here I need to give name. Suppose a name is there, I want to drop this name column. So how can I write here? I can write here df dot drop, and here I can just give name column along with axis equals to 1 means here column. Axis equals to 1 means column here. Column. So it means drop the name along with the column in same place. It is dropped. Let me check it out. There is no name. Name column has been dropped. Earlier name is there. Now there is no name. Age is there. So that is there. Okay. So in this way you can see that. Up to here it is okay. Now you know that how to drop any rows and columns as well. You can just raise hand. Okay, thank you, good. So in this way you can drop it, and you should know that you can make these changes into the in place is equal to true. You can do that. And axis equals to 0 means rows. Axis equals to 1 means column. Column you have to check. Like here I'm dropping age and salary. Axis equal to 1, in place is equal to true. So in this way you can do that. Okay, now what is the data mugging? Data mugging is basically one of the way to convert and save one type of data into another. This is not very important. We are not using that one, but just for the information I'm giving. So there's a concept of data mugging means, suppose I'm reading any file in CSV format and I want to save that file into the HTML format. So whenever one format is changed into the another, so that process is basically known as a data mugging. Now what you can do, like the way I had take the file and that I did the very basic EDA analysis for this, what you can do later on, you can just take any 5 files from GitHub. In GitHub, there's a lot of files. Okay, you can drag any of the 5 files from GitHub and you can start exploring the 5 files in a way like I did this file, exploring of this file. So you can do the same way in your Jupyter as well. So here, like you are in dataset 1, you can find out number of files there. You can take any file, that is your choice. Head, brain, EMP test, HR data, heart disease, any data randomly, you can take it. Any data it could be. And just explore the data in a way like I'm doing it with the pandas. You can use the pandas command on your own. Okay, so try to do that with any of the 5 files. Okay, so this one is one case. And now let's go ahead with the pandas datetime functionalities here. So here, no, if we are dropping any of the data, here, if we had already shared the GitHub link, if we are dropping any of the column or data, so we cannot add in the same way. No, they are permanently dropped from the data frame. But here, if we are reloading the file, again, if we are reloading the file. So if suppose here I had dropped these data, 3, 4, or any other column, I had dropped it. So because the column has cut or the data rows has cut, so there's nothing inside the data frame. But if I want to reload the file with all these data, you have to reload it. pd.read csv, employee.csv means here this command we need to reuse, so that because what is happening, all the changes are coming into the Jupyter notebook. All the drop are coming into the Jupyter notebook. They are not actually changed into the original CSV file. Original CSV file is present here in your home page. That is not changed. Whatever operations are coming here for the dropping, whatever column numbers or names you are dropping, they are making actions only into the Jupyter. Original file is still saved. So you need that again. You need to write pd.read CSV. You need to re-click here. So that is required here. Okay, just see here. Basically, now what happens? Jupyter Notebook is a place where Jupyter Notebook is a software. Jupyter Notebook is a software where we can write Python command. So this is a software where we are using the Python commands to write our softwares. Okay, all the coding environment, I am just writing on Jupyter Notebook. GitHub is a repository where I can share the files. So GitHub is an online environment. Okay, that one is a TCP/IP, means GitHub is present on internet, and that is an environment where it provides a repository where I can share the code and content. But I can share the files. But Jupyter Notebook is a data science environment where I can write the Python commands to work on data science and machine learning. So it is a software writing place. Okay. Quickly, if I write here pt.read CSV, wherever this file, now, wherever, because basically this file is going here. Here is your file. Here is your file, and this file is basically home page. That file is inside your home page where Anaconda is installed. So automatically, this command will take all the files which are present in your home directory automatically. Right? Okay. So now see here, this one is I'm having a pandas datetime function. So let's see the datetime functions inside the pandas. Just like I did certain datetime functions inside Python also, the same here we are having pandas datetime function. Here I'm just loading the hr-data.csv. So this one is the hr-data.csv. So inside the pandas, there is a two datetime functionalities where we are having year, where we can pass on the parameters such as year, month, and the day. Here I can pass any year, any month, and any day values. Values I need to pass it here. Got the point here? So here it is just showing me pandas.toDateTime functionality. So this one is a built-in functionality inside the pandas here. Okay. So this is there. So here we can just settle down the values for year, month, and the day inside the two datetime functionalities of the pandas. So like in Python also there are certain functions. So here also we are having a function. Now suppose here, because in above file, I'm having one of the higher date column. So what I can do, I can use pandas.toDateTime function where I can pass the higher date column. And when I'm receiving the output, this higher date, I'm having the entire higher date into the date style, date format. So toDateTime functionality is converting this higher date into the actual date format. These are built-in function. Now inside the Panda, there is a date range function. So basically, you should know that date format, how the date formats are being captured in Pandas. That one it is going to show you in the format of month, day, and the year. Month, day, and the year. Okay. Now there is a date range function. Inside the date range function, we have to provide two things: start date and end date. And we can find out that how many days are in between. So basically, date range will give you the range of the date where you can provide the start date and the end date, and it will be giving you the frequency. So there is a frequency. Suppose here I want to see what are the dates. What are the dates? D stands for dates. What are the dates in between these particular dates, start date and end date? So here the system will start giving you all the dates which are following between the provided date, whatever start date and end date you are provided. So here it is just giving all the dates which are coming in between the start date and end date. If I want to see, so here this frequency is D stands for the date. So it means show me all the days which are falling in between the start date and end date. So these are all the days which are falling in between it. Okay. Now here, in pt.date range, you can see the start date and the end date. I want to see how many months are there. So frequency is equal to month. Frequency is equal to M stands for the month. So basically in date range, we can specify that what are the dates or what are the month also, that between the start date and end date, what are the months? So here it is saying like January, February, March, and April are the months in between these two dates. So basically date range will be giving you entire ranges of the dates. Okay. Now here inside the pandas, there is a time delta function. Okay. So to work on time delta function, what we can do, suppose here I had imported the pandas here, import date time. So date time, I'm just importing from the Python. There is a Python library date time. You had already studied it. I'm importing the date time, and inside the date time, there is a date time class also. So date time library is there, and inside the date time, there is a date time class, and now function is there. So basically, if I want to know what is the current date and time, so I can use datetime.now function, which is present inside the date time library. So this one is a Python library. So here it is just giving me dt as an instance of this date. So here it is giving me that whatever date and time is present in your present system, that will be giving you. Whatever date and time is present in your system, that will be giving to you. So suppose here I'm just clicking it, I'm just running it here. So here it will be giving whatever present date and time into the system, that will be giving it here into the now function here. Okay, now if I want that, give me the next date from the current date. So into the dt, I'm having current date. I'm having current date. So here I'm asking, I'm using a time delta function. Time delta function is going to represent the duration, the difference between the two date or time. So here I'm asking just from today's date, whatever date is appearing here, from today's date, you gave me that what will be the date after 15 days. 15 means 15 unit is equal to D means days. So here I'm saying, just tell me what will be the next date, what will be the duration after 15 days duration, what will be the next day. So time delta is one of the function inside the pandas, which will be giving the difference between the two date or time. So here I'm asking, okay, in this dt, I'm having the current date and time. So from the current date and time, what will be the next date and time after 15 days? So here, output data, everything is coming here in slash here. Yeah. So here it will be giving you the what is the next date? What is the next date here? So you can see here, whatever is the current date, it is going to take it from the system. And then I'm asking into the dt just to give me what is the next date. After 15 days, what is the next date? So here it is giving you after 15 days, what is the next date? If you're writing here 20, so after 20 days, what is the next date? So time delta function is giving you the difference between the two dates. Now, as we are having df hire date, here we can see we had just created the data frame with hire date, and this one is we are having the entire hire date with this format where we are having the year, month, and the day. If I want to extract this year, month, and the day from this hire date, so I can use the attribute such like this way. I can use the attribute. I can say that inside the df hire date dot dt, okay, dt is a date time. dt is a date time functionality here. So from the hire date, find out the date time, and from there just to take out the day. So here it is going to give you the day. So these day are coming from the date of hire date. Now here I want to take out that show me inside the hire date. There is a hire date column. From there, find out, just use this function where this function is going to allow you to find out the date and time. And from there, you drag out the month. So month is being dragged out. And then here, year is being dragged out, and they are being saved into the different columns. So from the complete date, we can extract day, month, year from that hire date. There is not much difference of the parse date, because parse date we are going to use at the time of reading of the file. Parse date is basically parse date when I'm using that one. So parse date is the
parameter inside this read CSV. That's a parameter which is converting any column into the date type, date and time type. But here you can see, but this date time is basically the functions. They are the functions present here. Okay, PD dot to date time, they are the functions present inside the pandas, and pass date is the parameter inside the read CSV. They are different, but they are almost doing the similar thing. But one is a function of pandas, and pass date is a parameter of read CSV. Okay, so this one is overall for the date and time functionality. So you should know both of the functionalities, means the date, how you're going to work with the date functionalities directly in Python, how you're going to work with the date functionality into the pandas as well. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you very much. Thank you.